for some peace of mind, but TikTok said a gator drove a Jeep through the blinds. Florida man's at it again with fireworks and a goat, and someone married a ghost in a Dollar Tree coat. Hey, what in the Walmart rapture is going on? Aliens dancing in a Waffle House song. Kara's got a taser in the checkout line, and Dr. Oz just adopted birds to fight off crime. Oh, I'm just sitting here scrolling my jaw on the floor. The internet's a circus and I can't take no more. Yeah, when it's wildin', there's a raccoon in the sink. Someone robbed a Wendy's just to steal a frosty drink. A pastor's gone viral yelling about the end is near, while folks ride hoverboards in wedding gear. Yeah, what in the Walmart rapture is this mess? Florida's a movie, but it's filmed in VHS. Someone fed meth to a squirrel named Dave, and now he's in a cage just throwing rave. I'm just...
Good morning. It is Monday the 19th, and I am wearing my big giant fleece hoodie because apparently hell has frozen over again. The science department over at Duct Tape and Holy Water Productions is trying to figure out which of the headlines of this last month have caused the weather to go insane. I would say move to Florida, but apparently there's snow there too. So we're just kind of, you're just kind of stuck with the cold weather. On a serious and not serious note, has anyone made sure where Jussie Smollett is? Look, we're getting another Arctic, bomb cyclone. And I swear, y'all, I'm not going to have another Juicy Smollett subway thing. So we need to make sure that he is in Australia or somewhere south of the equator, because I'm just not having it. Good morning, everyone. We've got some headlines, some true crime, some people who may need to go Snake Island, and of course, some headlines that will make you beg for final form Jesus. So let's get into this morning. In Spain, there is a tragic headline coming up, and while this is a first report, I would say if you want more information about this, do wait a couple days, because we'll probably be getting more information and details as it isn't so fresh. We'll probably be getting more information about what happened. But 2 trains have derailed in southern Spain, taking the lives of at least 39 and leaving dozens injured. 2 high-speed trains collided, then derailed Sunday evening in southern Spain, taking the life of at least 39 people and injuring dozens more, according to officials. Now, the private Aero train traveling from Magla to Madrid with about 300 people aboard derailed about 7:45 p.m. local time in Cordoba's province, Admundas town, jumping onto adjacent tracks, causing a second train operated by Renfe traveling from Madrid to Havela to derail as well. Now, Spain's nationally owned Renfe Apadora said in a statement. So not only did the train derail, but it hopped onto another track and collided with that one. So I am guessing there is going to be a lot of investigation in this, because I'm no, railroad trainologist, but I'm guessing this isn't something that generally happens. And my guess is they are going to look at the maintenance and upkeep of both tracks. Now, Oscar someone, the Minister of Transport, said that the final cars of the train were those that derailed and collided with the other train. So it wasn't the entire train of the first Aero train, it was the last 2 cars. Now, the Minister for Health, the President for Emergency, later said that part of the trains fell down a 13-foot embankment after crashing. Now, some of the passengers were trapped in the cars, but it was later announced that all of the passengers in the original train had been evacuated. The impact was devastating, the transport minister said in a statement. Now, the death toll has risen to 39 on Monday, from 21 announced on Sunday night. Now, the transport minister did remind people in a press statement that, that count isn't final and is likely to grow. Now, the Andalusia Emergency Agency had earlier said that at least 73 people were hospitalized, 23 of whom are in serious condition. Now, early Monday, it said that 48 people still remain hospitalized, including 5 minors. 11 adults and 1 minor are in intensive care. Now, a total of 122 patients from the crash have been assisted by some sort of medical care. The president of Andalusia said that they were heartbroken. Now, I'm not sure how Spain governs itself, so it seems like the president might be the mayor or governor of that locality, but go to a Spanish channel from Spain to get that, because I do not know. Now, rescue efforts are continuing, at least at the time of this article, and it was published about 4 a.m. my time. Now, the cause of the initial derailment is unknown right now. Now, the president of the the state-owned railway told state radio that the derailment occurred on a straight stretch of rail, and trains were moving at a slower speed than what they had limit to in that section, adding that systems are supposed to be in place to prevent speeding, but speeding doesn't seem to be a factor here. Now, he suggested that the derailment might have been related to some issue with the rolling stock or infrastructure. Now, basically, let's wait a little bit and see what's going on. We probably will not have answers or even an accurate count of victims and injuries for a couple days. So do keep an eye on this if it's something that interests you. I would encourage you, if you have access to content creators who are covering this from Spain, they might have a little bit more information and a little bit more understanding about maybe problems or issues that might have been there before, or if it had a great safety rating and this is a shock, they'll be able to give you more of that idea. Well, again, not in, a mainstream media, I would like to terrify you, but to give you knowledge in case you are going out to buy ready-eat chicken. Apparently, there is a listeria recall that is causing 7 tons of ready-to-eat chicken to be recalled in several states. Now, as I have to wander out to the Walmart, I figured this was pretty something we should know, because here I am trying to be a little better in January, get my, protein. Now, personally, I don't buy ready grilled chicken breasts because I have a George Foreman. But if you do, check the labels. Nearly 7 tons of ready-to-eat grilled chicken breast fillets are being recalled after listeria was detected during third-party laboratory testing. Now, the Georgia-based food company, Susanna's Kitchen, has recalled approximately 13,720 pounds of the fully cooked product that was distributed to food service operations in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Missouri, New Hampshire, North Carolina, and Ohio, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food Safety, and Inspection Service. Now, I will say that this is going to food service providers, so I wouldn't be getting grilled chicken from any of those states if they, better safe than sorry. Now, officials say that the recall specifically targets 10-pound cases that were produced on October 14th, 2025. The affected item contains 2 5-pound bags of fully cooked chicken breast with rib meat labeled lot code 60104P1382 2875J14 and establishment number P1382. Now, this doesn't impact customers like, go into the Walmart, but it does, in fact, cover stuff going to food services in those states. So yeah, I don't know. I often wonder what the McRib is made of because I don't know. That was the one and only time I ever wanted a McRib was when I was pregnant with youngest, most feral. And I managed to time it to where I would never get a McRib. And I've never desired one since. Now, food service operators in the 7 affected states have been urged to immediately check their inventories and remove any of the matching product labels. Now, no illnesses have been confirmed, but the, U.S. Department of Agriculture does urge anyone who might have consumed the recalled chicken and is concerned about illness to contact their healthcare provider. And basically, the third party in the lab found some listeria contamination. Now, symptoms, if you actually do get listeria, are mild to severe and fever, muscle aches, nausea, and vomiting lasting 1 to 3 days. Now, in more serious cases, it will progress to headaches, confusion, loss of balance, and convulsions. And listeria can develop anywhere from 3 to 70 days after eating contaminated food. So again, don't go live your life in fear. Don't stop eating, chicken nuggets, but do, be mindful if you're going to any of these states, and I'll give you the states' names again, and you want to order grilled chicken: Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Missouri, New Hampshire, North Carolina, and Ohio. So, yeah, again, I am not mainstream media. I am not trying to scare you to death. So there you go. Now, someone who probably wishes they had just eaten, infected chicken instead of what AI did to him, a musician wrongly branded as a offender by a Google AI summary now wants to sue because many of his concerts have been canceled. Yeah. What the hell, AI? An award-winning musician falsely labeled as an offender by an AI-generated Google summary said he's considering suing the giant search engine after concerts were canceled in the wake of the accusation. Ashley McIsaac, a Canadian folk singer-songwriter, was set to play a concert in Nova Scotia when he learned that organizers had canceled the show, according to the Canadian press. Now, the Google AI overview, which has since been corrected by the tech behemoth, falsely said that the Juno award-winning musician, aged 50, had been convicted of multiple child grossness activities, including SA, internet luring, assaulting a woman, and attempting to assault a minor. Yeah, AI, what the hell? But this had never happened. In fact, AI was making shit up, which is why you shouldn't get AI to write any legal documents or anything really without checking it. It also wrongly said that the virtuoso fiddle player was listed on the Canada registry. I could have been at the border and put to jail. So something has to be figured out as far as what AI companies are responsible for and what they can prevent, McIsaac told the Canadian press. Now, he planned the December 19th concert, and it was canceled by a First Nation north of Halifax after seeing the AI-generated summary. The inaccurate claims were cobbled together from online articles regarding a man in Canada with the same last name. You're being put in a less secure situation because of a media company, and that's what defamation is, McIsaac said. If a lawyer wants to take this on for free, I would stand up because I'm not the first, and I'm sure I won't be the last. Well, I only know how to ruin Mr. Moe's life. I'm only interested in ruining his life forevermore. In fact, that was one of our vows. I was like, and I shall torment you forever.
I thought it was also to steal me from my first wife.
Well, that was the other plan. So, McIsaac, who burst onto the Canadian folk scene, It's a rockin' place. Y'all don't mess with the Canadian folk scene. It is a wild place. They have nice rooms, allegedly. I don't know. In the 90s, blending traditional Celtic music with rock, and has speculated over whether the false AI summary might have prompted an early concert cancellation in Mexico last year. Now, the singer is no stranger to controversy, having previously bared his, well, bait and tackle to a studio audience during an appearance of Late Night with Conan O'Brien in 1997. Well, you show your schmeckle once and AI gets the wrong idea. What the hell, AI? I mean, why would you do that? AI overviews frequently improve to show the most helpful information, and we invest significantly in quality responses, a Google spokesperson told the Post. When an issue arises, like if our features misinterpret web content or miss some context, we use those examples to improve our system and may take action under our policy. When issues arise, like features interpret or misinterpret web content or miss some context, we use... Okay, so we just repeated that twice. Do we have an editor? Now, the First Nation tribe, which I am not even going to attempt to pronounce because I want to visit Canada one day, canceled McIsaac's concert and issued an apology to the singer. We deeply regret the harm that it caused to your reputation and livelihood. Chief and Council value your artistry, contribution to the cultural time or life of the Maritimes, and your commitment to reconciliation, the statement that was directed at McIsaac said. Now, McIsaac said he hopes to reschedule the canceled concert, but wants to wait until things settle down before agreeing on a date. I don't feel comfortable about going there right now because I didn't think the proper information can be given out within a week. It's been seen so many times. I didn't want to bring any attention negatively to the community. So yeah, it's really great because I don't think you would notice that unless you try to read it aloud. So yeah, just get an editor. It would be great. Well, the rest of these are... Well, we do have one story that I will be looking into. Now, I haven't seen anything, and this was just reported yesterday, but this looks like a crazy case and trial that's going to be coming to us depending on how things are charged. An 11-year-old Pennsylvania boy is facing homicide charges after shooting his father dead when he took away his Nintendo Switch. What in the name of just a normal day on the nuclear dumpster fire that is the world? An 11-year-old Pennsylvania boy is facing criminal homicide charges after authorities allege that he shot his father in the middle of the night. Now, investigators allege that the homicide was sparked after the child became angry when their Nintendo Switch was taken away. Now, the shooting happened just after 3 a.m. on Tuesday inside a home in Duncannon Borough near Harrisburg. Pennsylvania State Police said the boy used a force multiplier taken from a bedroom safe to fire a single shot into his father's head while he slept. Now, troopers were dispatched to the resident on South Market Street after reports of an unresponsive male were called in. Now, the victim, 42-year-old Douglas Dietz, unfortunately was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, court records that have been accessed do paint a disturbing scene inside the home, one that began hours earlier with what investigators described as the child's birthday. According to a criminal affidavit, Dietz was found lying in the bedroom that he shared with his wife, which connected to their son's room by a closet. That's an odd setup, but okay. Yeah, how did he get into the safe? I am all the confusion right now. Now, police say the boy, Clayton Dietz, was later identified as a suspect in the shooting. Troopers later reported that the boy told his mother, "I killed daddy," according to the affidavit. Now, investigators say the boy's mother told police she was asleep when a loud noise jolted her awake. She initially thought that she had smelled fireworks when she was trying to wake her husband and got no response, and that's when she noticed the sound of something dripping, and this is where allegedly the confession came out. Now, police say the shooting occurred on the child's birthday, that the father had gone to bed shortly after midnight after singing happy birthday to him. Now, according to the investigators, the boy told police he'd had a good day with his parents, but became angry after his father told him it was time to go to bed. Now, court documents state that the boy said he was upset because his gaming console was then taken away. When questioned by investigators, the child allegedly said, "I shot someone," and he admitted that he had someone specific in mind, Now, I think there will be interesting legal questions as to whether he was questioned with his parent present, if these were officers trained in interviewing children, and what the state will decide as far as treating him as an adult or as a child. This is a tragic case and kind of terrifying. How he had access to the force multiplier case, I don't know. I think there are a lot of questions, and this is going to be an interesting one if it is published, because he might be treated as a juvenile or an adult. So I'm not sure if we are going to get all the information. He is 11. So this will be a case that I'm watching, but there might not be a lot out of it, dependent on how they decide to charge him as an adult or a child. Now, state police have taken the boy into custody and charged him with criminal homicide. He was denied bail and is being held at the Perry County Prison. A court hearing is scheduled for tomorrow. Authorities noted in court records that the boy had been adopted by the couple in 2018. A nearby resident described the family as quiet and kind, saying that the violence was really impossible for them to imagine. "I didn't expect this," the neighbor said, adding, "While the street once felt tightly knit, many residents don't know each other anymore. They're very kind. I mean, I didn't talk to them much. They kept to themselves over there and just seemed pretty nice," said a lifetime Duncannon resident, Jesse Weldon. The Susquehanna School District released a statement Wednesday acknowledging the impact of this crime on their students. "We recognize the close-knit community such as ours. Events like this can affect our students," the district said. "Our school counselors and psychologists will be available to provide support to students in need." Now, his wife has set up a GoFundMe for her husband following his death, or a Give, Send, Go. Now, this is, I think, going to be an incredibly complex case, again, with the age and a lot of things. I don't bring you guys stuff just to have heartbreaking things in here. I do pull things that I think will be possibly very interesting legal cases. I do wonder if Pennsylvania is going to move to charge him as an adult, if there are mental health things, and what they're going to look at. So this will be an interesting case. It is heartbreaking and tragic. But it's also going to, I think, prompt a lot of legal questions, or at least legal maneuvering between the state and the defense as to whether, they're going to charge him as an adult or as a child, and then whether they should or should not. Because I think we are going to have more issues. When do we draw that line? Do we give leniency for youth? Should we still give leniency for youth? I do really think that these are going to be some bigger questions. But really, those are actually, there's one good story. Well, not good, but he has been found safe, and he is no longer there. Let's get Snake Island involved, because after due process, y'all, I think Snake Island would be a lovely place for these two to visit. When I'm president, Snake Island is a thing.
It's a curse, we've got room for the wicked, the cruel and the worst. If you lie, if you cheat, if your soul's made of bile, you're bound for the fangs and the venom in style. Oh, one-way ticket to Snake Island. Oh, better conscience, less cowards and gaslighters. Go, no anchor, no lifeboat, no tearful goodbyes. Trust isn't uncommon in cold-blooded skies. Backstab your friend.
Well, in a good note, a missing Oklahoma boy has been found safe, and I hope he remains safe. Now, if you're playing bingo, mugshot can confirm dumpster trash humanity, allegedly. A 12-year-old Oklahoma boy whose disappearance prompted a massive search has been found safe just days after his mother and stepfather were arrested on suspicion of CA. Quote, after days of searching, after hope and prayer, we can say that the outcome that we've all been hoping for has come true. Hunter McKee, spokesperson for the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, said in a news conference on Sunday afternoon. Now, McKee said the boy was found on Sunday in Caddo County, Oklahoma, near the town of Cement. There's a town named Cement? Really? Okay. Investigators did not comment on the circumstances of how the child ended up where he was found. Now, the child has been given a medical examination, and authorities say he's in pretty good shape and in good spirits when he was located. And I'm glad that he didn't have any external injuries of a great or serious nature, but this is definitely going to be something that he'll need to talk through, and I hope he gets the support and emotional, stability in a situation where he has a chance to heal from this. Now, McKee said hundreds of people volunteered to help search for the boy and that he was located around noon by members of the United Cajun Navy, a local volunteer search and rescue group. The child was last seen January 2nd in Chickasaw, which is about 24 miles from where he was found, according to the Ohio State Bureau of Investigation. Now, the Chickasaw Police Department issued an endangered missing advisory for the boy. The child's incubator or mother, but I'm going to say incubator, Kimberly Cole, and his stepfather, George Cole, were taken into custody on Wednesday on suspicions of child grossness, conspiracy complaints, and taking a child. Now, during a conversation with them, I learned that there was apparent harm done to this child when he was living with these two parents. McKee said it in a news conference on Thursday to announce the arrest. Now, McKee said that the police also executed search warrants before the couple was arrested. McKee said the child's mother and stepfather are remaining in custody in Caddo County Jail. The district attorney does plan to move forward on charges with these parents. The boy has been placed in the custody of Oklahoma Department of Human Services. Hopefully he finds a good placement. I know there are a lot of bad foster homes, but there are some really, really good ones, and people that pour their heart out to these children and give them love and make them feel important. And for those good foster parents, for those good ones out there, I hope he ends up in one of those to get the support and mental health that he needs after that. Well, in our last thing, it is political, but I don't tell y'all how to think, but this is going to be a big headline. Now, Iran has threatened to resume executions and has warned of an all-out war with the U.S. if it does any actions to curtail the persecution of the people of Iran. Now, again, I am not smart enough nor historically, plugged in enough to know the entire history of Iran and who would be better, but the people don't seem to want the Ayatollah anymore, and I say, let's get the Ayatollah out of here. But that's basically my hot take on it. Now, I don't know if the Shah would be better. I don't know. I haven't done enough research, but this is something to keep in mind. Now, there are going to be other channels that can go deeper into the geopolitical meaning of this, But just to let you know that this is something that's going on, while it does seem to be a bit of saber rattling at this moment, we're in a day, a place, a time where saber rattling can go to real seriousness all at once. So do be mindful of that. Again, go to your various and sundry other creators who are much smarter than me if you'd like hot takes or breakdowns on this whole thing. So I am not sure, but we have now reached the part where we get to talk about the news that I want to tell you, the crazy news. We do the headlines because I want y'all to be informed, but then we get to the fun part where I get to, help show you guys the weirdest headlines I've ever seen in my entire life, and I bring them to you. So you know him, you love him. Let's summon him, final form Jesus, for the headlines that'll make you scratch your head and hope that the aliens come soon.
The G-Geeked Grove, thou glowing shrine of thirst traps, scams, and dollar signs. We chant in tones both grim and low, for virtue fled a long time ago. Kyrie eleison, Christe descendat, final form Jesus return in wrath. With six-pack listening, sword in hand, he cometh swift to cleanse the land.
ET's coming out, y'all. Alf's location is coming out, allegedly. Apparently, the Bank of England has been warned to prepare for aliens. And no, not the ones across the channel. But, ET variety, due to US's imminent disclosure, we're finally going to learn the truth, you guys. Well, it was bound to happen eventually, and it appears that the calendar flipping to 2026 was the right time for one person to publicly consider the question surrounding aliens might be, not what if, but when. There have been increasing a number of theories and beliefs surrounding the existence of aliens, and the topic has seemed to intensify over the past year. Now a longtime employee who spent 10 years at the Bank of England has reportedly flipped the switch from theories to full-blown warning about extraterrestrial life. Interestingly, one of the biggest reported driving factors behind this warning stems from the U.S. and the belief that a significant disclosure is on the horizon. I am so confused as to why us having aliens would cause the pound to collapse. But okay. Now, in a story that features no shortage of eye-opening tidbits, Helen McCaw, who served as a senior analyst in financial security at the Bank of England, sent a message to the bank with a significant alien warning. The short of it, McCaw wrote to Andrew Bailey, the bank's governor, urging him to prepare for the possibility that the United States, and specifically the White House, may confirm that aliens exist. Now, McCaw's overarching concern includes her belief that if the White House were to declare this, it would significantly impact markets and could ignite bank collapses. Thank you, Tammy. Well, the Farrells have the day off, so they'll probably be staying inside. But yeah, that's a good thing. I do have to run to the store today, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to have to leave my house, but I feel too bad if, look, y'all, I have worked the hell that is retail, okay? So I feel too bad when it's yucky outside or cold to do the Walmart delivery, because then I'm making someone else, who works at Walmart get in their car and get in the cold. And I just feel bad about that. Which I know is ridiculous, because if I'm paying for a service, and I always put a good tip on there, but I just feel bad doing that. It feels so lazy, y'all. You have no idea. Now, there are days I love Walmart delivery, but I feel like I must force myself to go outside. So there you go. England's worried that America's going to let the news out about Alf, and it will tank the pound. So if you had America destroying the banks of England through aliens, put that on your bingo card. Well, I'm not much of a sports person, but I think y'all will figure out why I picked this headline because do what now? I mean, no offense to y'all men or anything, and I'm not trying to be a smartass, but just a scotch. But okay, even if, I mean, wouldn't it have to be like 12 inches or a doggone 2 feet for it really to have drag? Apparently, ski jumping has been rocked by penis skate. Claims that athletes manipulated their genitals for an aerodynamic edge. Again, your schmeckle is not so huge that I think it's going to increase drag, but way to go for optimism. A below-the-belt scandal is giving ski jumping an extra lift, as some competitors in the winter sport are reportedly manipulating their genital size in order to gain an aerodynamic edge over their rivals. So are they tucking? I'm confused. Are they all standing in the locker room just like, goodbye, horses? I mean, are ski jumping locker rooms like just Buffalo Bill on like Quaaludes? What's going on? Professional ski jumpers are artificially enlarging their genital area before official measurements by using substances such as hyaluronic acid and sometimes silicone or even condom-like sleeves to boost their crotchular dimensions. Okay, I thought they were making it smaller. Why would making it bigger help with air? I didn't pass physics mostly because it involved math, but I just don't think this maths. Although I would like Mythbusters to create an entire episode of it because holy crap, I need this in my life. Can the schmecular region of a man become more aerodynamic the larger it gets? I don't. Oh my God, we need ARCA. We need Canon Daddy to come in and test this. We need Judson Welcher and a can of blue paint. We got this figured out. Sir, you are the man of the hour. I'm going to need blue paint. I'm going to need a ski jump and Judson Welcher. Now, apparently, the enlarged bait and tackle allows athletes to wear a slightly bigger ski jumping suit that generates more lifts and improves aerodynamics, which can add critical meters in flight. Gain some inches, go meters longer. I mean, oh my gosh, is it like a Wonder Bra for, because let me sell it. It's the Wonder Bra for ski jumpers. Add inches, gain meters. Before the season, ski jumpers are subjected to mandatory body scans to determine the dimensions of their suits under the guidelines of the sport's governing body and the International Ski and Snowboard Federation. Now, crotch measurements are taken from the lowest point of the athlete's genitals. Why are we photographing in great detail men's genitals to ski jump? Who thought of this? Okie dokie. Now, if you manage to move that point downward, you automatically get more surface area on the suit. Apparently apparently you're more like a flying squirrel if you've got your suit to where you can sag a little bit. So there you go. Now, there have been claims that some jumpers have allegedly used acid to temporarily enlarge the schmecular region ahead of a scan, sometimes injecting the substance into a silicone condom-like sheath worn inside the suit, as you do. These claims are based on information circulating behind the scene in the ski jumping world, the outlet reported, stressing that no specific athlete has been formally accused with genital manipulation. But that there is rumor that it is happening. Now, Norwegian ski jumper Havlar Inger Gronard told some sort of foreign magazine that he was stunned by the claim, calling the idea of genital manipulation completely absurd, saying he had never heard of such practices. Now, he said that suit measurements were taken during preseason body scans overseen by medical staff with standardized underwear to prevent genital sculpting. He said that being warm during measurements can matter. The notion of injecting substances into the peen to gain an advantage sounds extreme, and it's not something he believes is regularly happening in the sport. Last week, 2 Norwegian ski jumping coaches and the team's suit technician were suspended for 18 months by the International Ski and Snowboard Federation for allegedly manipulating suits during the World Championship last year. So they're not manipulating their junk, they're just manipulating the suits. And yeah, there you go. I don't know why we're doing this, but okay. I don't know. It sounds like something I would write, to be very honest with you, but I would write it for The Onion. So I can't imagine, but I saw the headline and, I would never say no to that headline. Well, if you see a hearse in fast food getting their Big Mac on, don't bother nobody. Apparently, it's normal. Most people like to ensure that their loved ones know what songs or readings they want included in their funeral plans. Others request to visit a truly unique Aussie location. While you may not be able to take your riches to the grave, apparently a good old McDonald's McFlurry is still an option. Australia, I'm scared and terrified. Footage of a hearse approaching the entrance of a drive-thru to order the McFlurry in a South Australian's McDonald's has gone viral. The video has now amassed more than 1 million views, posted with the caption, "McDonald's with a coffin in the back is wild." Most likely a last request. Perhaps what truly stumped the person filming was the precious cargo that was inside was clearly visible. It's unclear if the McDonald's run was because the driver wanted to eat or if it was a final wish of the deceased that was being transported. While it may not be a sight many would anticipate, it's actually more common than you would think in the funeral industry. Well, yeah, they have to eat too. I just think you wouldn't do it with a body in there. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, if I were to work in a funeral industry, I think I'd make sure that the hearse didn't have a body in it unless it was a last request. Now, comments left on the video prove how a stop at a fast food joint before a funeral isn't that far-fetched. A former McDonald's manager offered insights. "I had funeral homes call my store on more than one occasion, notifying us that they would be coming through with a hearse at the family's wishes for the deceased last coffee run." A mother shared her own story of farewelling her daughter. "We were at the McDonald's here in Mackay, Queensland, waiting to wave our daughter off at her cremation, and the funeral home actually came through the drive-thru right in front of us, unbeknownst to us. It was crazy, like our daughter was saying one final goodbye. I can tell you this is most likely a last request from family for a last meal or coffee run, pre-planned and organized with McDonald's beforehand, even if that appears strange to onlookers at the time." Another chimed in with a similar idea, explaining that drivers of hearse did have strict rules to follow when the coffin was on board. "I once worked with a funeral director's assistant. The only time we do this is if it were a request from the family. We can't even stop for fuel if we have a passenger on board." One commenter truly raised the bar with a photo of a McDonald's cup placed on top of a wood coffin in a hearse parked beside them. Now, some deem the act to be disrespectful. Like, seriously, if this offends you and it's not your dead person, could you get over it? It's not offensive. If the family is okay with it, if that's what they wanted, let people grieve the way they need to grieve. What the hell, dude? Like, really, I don't have the energy to care this much about things that aren't involving me. I don't know where people get the energy to care about stuff that isn't involving them. I mean, I really do not understand. I cannot. Well, we have an actual cutie patootie, honest to God, Lady and the Tramp or 101 Dalmatians story. It's the cutest thing. And we need a little bit of faith in humanity. So here you guys are.
When the world feels like a dumpster dive and humans forget how to thrive, take a break, just you and me, with a puppy and kitten, wild and free. Paws and purrs, let's drift away to a land where tails wag and play. No more noise, just gentle muse in our furry four-legged cruise.
It's the cutest story ever. My ovaries almost exploded, but then I looked at them and I said, "No. You helped youngest most feral. We are done." Puppy love. A couple with the same dog breed met on apps and fell in love, and so did their pets. Aww. An Alabama couple with the same type of dog met on Hinge, and while they were falling in love, so were their puppies. Photographer Ann Ward of Birmingham first connected with her now husband David in the fall of 2024 after seeing a photo on his dating app with his King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. These are the laziest dogs in existence. I want one. They are couch potatoes. Now, the pup wasn't only the same breed as her pooch, Piper, but the same color as well. Then I also noticed that his owner was really cute, Anna told the Post. See, men, put puppy pictures up and then we might swipe whichever way you're supposed to swipe. I don't know. When she reached out with him, his first message was, "Wait, I have a ruby calf too," to which he suavely replied, "When can they meet?" Now, a few days later, David, who's a marketing director who was living in Huntsville, had to be in Birmingham for work, so he met Anna at the park to take their dogs for a walk, which they didn't know at the time would be the first of many strolls together. It was love at first sight for Linus and Piper, who were immediately smitten with one another. They just became best buds, Anna said. They picked up like they'd known each other for their entire lives, David added. Their humans also got together. It's so cute. Please tell me they dressed up their puppies for the wedding. What? What? You have puppies and you get married and you don't put them in the wedding photos? This is a travesty. But it's a cute story. It's just cute because they got the puppies. Oh, I forgot that the year changed. I'll have to change that. I will be covering the opening statements for the it's either Cisnero or Quinero. I hope to learn how to pronounce it when we go to opening statements. Now, here, let me... Now, that trial is a quadruple homicide, and unfortunately, it is alleged that Paul took the life of his brother, his brother's wife, and their two young children before setting his brother's mansion on fire. So it is a case that involves children, but it is a case that I've been waiting for a long time. This has been delayed for a long, long time. So it's an interesting case, and hopefully as we, Nick and I kind of transition to just watching The Cross on Uvalde, I'll have time to do this in the evenings to have a little bit of a palate cleanser, get back to a normal crazy case, if that makes sense. Now, I have decided this woman is a genius, and I am going to do this to Mr. Mo. I have the wigs. I have the power. And I'm going to do this to Mr. Mo for the rest of our lives when he goes back to work.
Hey, now that's what I'm talking about. What are you doing? No. You lost your freaking mind. You honest to God have. You got a damn swimming pool in our living room.
You know, this is going down for real. Although he's probably going to, you know, draw a line in the sand if I actually bring home a real possum at any point.
There you die. Let's get your ass up. Get up and cook some dinner.
At least she puts plastic down. See, I wouldn't think of that.
What in the shit?
Caesar salad.
Waldo done lost his mind. Here's Waldo, right here. I like Waldo. Okay, folks. I lost the bet. You want mustard or ketchup?
Not me and Mr. Mo very, very soon. Now, I got something else for Mr. Mo because, ladies, I think you'll appreciate this. I am trying to get Mr. Mo. Okay, let me make my case. These are the cutest
Meet
thing
the
you've
mini
ever
Highland
seen.
cow, the tiny fluffy cow that's taking over the internet. They look just like the big Scottish cows.
Yes, I need one. I need one desperately. I mean, how could Mr. Mo even say no? So I decided that we would all do this, and I'm going to receive a lot of angry calls from husbands. I know I am. I'd even get one that big.
Oh, let's see, what else, buddy?
Look, he looks beautiful and majestic. And then when Mr. Mo looks at me and says, "We don't have room for a giant cow," that's when you tell him, "But we can just use the minis right here." I mean,
Believe it or not, Scottish
Yes.
Highland cows can actually be kept as pets. They're small, fluffy, and ridiculous.
they're fluffy. It's so fluffy. I'm telling you, I need it. Probably. I would dress it up in these kind of outfits, not gonna lie. like if I get a miniature Highland cow, you don't think I would be dressing it up? Oh no. You ain't seen nothing, me Pearl. Like, I'm calling it my emotional support heifer. He is following me everywhere. When I have heifer moments, I'm like, look, I just need to pet my heifer and I'll be good. I'm telling you. I mean, that's probably what's going to happen. Yeah, see, our grass will be the greenest grass ever. Dang it, now I'm going to have to... Now I'm going to have to sell Mr. Mo on this idea, which I doubt I will be able to because, stuff. Now, I just saw this and my algorithm is awesome, but we have police versus mud versus a wizard Aussie Man reviews to round out the day because sometimes we need Aussie Man to tell us what's going on. You can't help but smile when you have Aussie Man.
Hey, we're over in Germany. Ich fliege mich hier zu sein. The first thing I notice is that police officer is vlogging. That's a bit weird. Some say
I didn't even notice he had a camera. So you're telling me 2 world wars and we could have just stopped them with mud? We never learn anything from Stalingrad, do we?
professional, but yeah, you gotta have a side hustle. Anyway, let's address the elephant in the room. I have no idea who they're fighting. They've headed out for a conflict, and now they're just rolling around in mud. Or
Holy crap, it's like Uvalde. No one knows what the hell is going on. At least they're going toward the mud.
Perhaps the mud is the enemy. I don't know. I'm not German. Oh, WTF? What? How? What? I'm speaking.
You know what? Germany never changed. Never changed. Keep bringing us this. I want to see this Druish warrior. Drew. I said druid. Druish. Man from Spaceball. Explain all of this. Was this like a Green Day concert that went really, really poorly? Oasis?
Speechless. 9 years of Aussie manning and I'm speechless. That's a fair dinkum fucking wizard. Why did the
What does fair dinkum mean anyway? Is it like good job, way to go, okay? No idea. I always want to use it, but I feel like I'll use it inappropriately in a sentence.
want to crack down on Skyrim? You know what? It actually reminds me of the bog of eternal stench in the hit movie Labyrinth. The wizard just floats over the mud. Oh, that was a bit patronising. Good job. Good career.
I'm glad that the female 4'10" person is right in front. And that they have knee protection. See, at least these officers, when the rollerblades were big, they were the ones that had the elbow guards, the knee guards, the wrist guards. Us American kids were like, do we have to wear safety stuff? And then broke all of our bones.
Choice, says Gandalf. Why, I'd order when I bloody get my hands on you. You're dead, wizard. Dead, replies the officer. Oh, hello. The mud says that's enough. Everyone stop arguing. The wizard puts his business card in the ground. Oh, that was petty. Did you see that? You'd think getting unstuck would be the priority, but nah, stopping a self-promoting wizard is the big picture. Our main man stomps around in a 360 and then comes right back to retrieve his humble piece of cardboard. I think that officer on the ground is almost in real trouble. This isn't any mud, it's like quicksand. The nah fuck you deadlock.
Why is she so stuck? Like, I have been in mud, but even in my condition, I think I could get myself out. I feel like I'm fallen and I can't get up. How many officers does it take to get a wizard? Apparently more than they have currently.
Over the business card continues. There's a big standoff and it goes bye-bye. The wizard yells, you bastard, you absolute bastard. Unstuck, unstuck. Nah, stuck again. Oh, look who's back. May inclement weather curse your soul eternally, shouts wizard. Oh, that was a huge throw this time. It's over. Or is it? Fucking hell. The classic pusher cop and runaway move. I haven't seen that done since the 2015 Melbourne Cup. Except she forgot the whole running away part, I guess. It now takes half the force to finally get him unstuck. Is anyone else waiting for one of them to
I feel like Atreyu should be here somewhere with Artex. Also, 80s movies, could you be more horrible to kids? Like, hey, we'd like to take you on a magic adventure to a faraway land where you'll meet this boy, this young warrior from a tribe and his horse, and you'll go on lovely adventures. But, oh, halfway through the book, we're going to, have him sacrifice this horse in the mud. Because it's a children's movie. Yes, I'm still bitter about that. Damn you, children's movies of the 80s.
Shoot their way out? It wouldn't surprise me at this moment in history to see a human in a position of authority shoot mud. It would sound like one of the more normal things in the daily news cycle. Okay, I think everyone's good. The mud is taken care of. Where is that wizard? Toasties! Oh, there he is. They fire pepper spray, but he's too quick. You can't catch him. You got to get up pretty early in the morning to pepper spray a wizard. I don't think this guy is ever getting unstuck. He's going to be there for weeks. It reminds me of my 4-year-old son burying my feet at the beach. I end up trapped for days. Yeah, it's fucked. Oh, look out. He emerges from nowhere. He doesn't even need to run anymore. That's how powerful he is. Gee whiz, I sound like I have...
It's the end. He's like, you shall not pass.
a crush on a German wizard? Maybe I do. I believe it's a climate change protest, so he cares about the environment. Whatever your views are, bloody calm down, that's all I'm saying. He cares about the environment, and people that care about the environment are nice, even if they're German wizards.
Cops,
He's got
get
Riz.
away from the
He's got
muddy
Riz.
section. Do you not
Overall,
see the
I give
other-
this video 8
Why do
out
you
of
guys keep
10.
going
It had
through the-
everything. But the important thing is the people in the
where the
video
grass is,
seem to be
moron.
having a lot of fun.
Good night, nurse. Oh, dear Lord, you guys. I don't know what is happening. I will be here at 10. I'm going to let you guys go. I'll be back at 10 for the Petty Express. We will be doing opening statements for the Paul Canero trial. Now, that is supposed to be a much longer case, and we'll be kind of doing it at our own pace because of Uvalde. So just wanted kind of a different thing to look at in case you weren't wanting to watch the Uvalde trial. We've got something else for you. Especially when Nick and I are going to be speeding through most of the state's ridiculousness now of Uvalde. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay warm, stay safe. If you can stay off the roads, especially y'all in the South, because it does have snow down there. If you don't have to go out, stay snuggled up and warm. And if you have to go out to work, stay snuggled up and warm there too. Drive safely. I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye.